My name's Ed Boakes. I'm the Executive Director of the Yavapai Humane Society, and today we're celebrating the grand opening of our Equine Center. And our Equine Center is the facility where our Equine Initiative program is going to be housed. This is a program that we've been developing for a year and a half. We purchased this property a year and a half ago, and with the help of our board and volunteers, we've been putting together a strategic plan and a budget and community support. And just now, today, we're ready to launch. And just in time, because we've been contacted about 4 horses that are in need of help. So we may be able to start working with animals almost immediately.
So when people think of the Yavapai Humane Society, they think of adopting cats and dogs. Will they be able to adopt horses?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned that. Yavapai Humane Society has been rescuing and adopting out dogs and cats for 43 years. And for the last 6 years, we have been rated as the safest community in the United States for dogs and cats. We don't use euthanasia here to control pet overpopulation. And to the best of our knowledge, we're the only community in the United States that's been able to achieve and sustain that goal. So what we're doing now is we're expanding our circle of compassion to include equine. And it is our goal, ultimately, to make this community as safe for horses and mules and donkeys and burros as it is for dogs and cats.
And a plan like this is going to take a lot of effort, not just from the Humane Society, but from the community as a whole. So are you going to need volunteers? Do you need donations? How will this be supported?
We definitely need donations. And if folks have horse equipment, gently used horse equipment that they're not in need of anymore, they can donate it and get a tax deduction for that. We have a wish list on our website, yavapaihumane.org, and people can see exactly what it is we need. And of course, cash and funding is really going to be critical. Rescuing horses is a very expensive endeavor. And we're very grateful for the support of the community to get us to this point. But like I said in my comments, this is where the work really begins.
How many other Yavapai or the humane societies in the country have taken on equine rescue also?
That's a good question. There's many. A lot of equine rescues specialize in equine, but there are a lot of organizations that do dogs and cats and equine as well. And we're partnering with some of them. Dumb Friends Animal League up in Denver, one of the oldest and most renowned animal welfare organizations, got into equine rescue a few years ago. And so we're benchmarking with them and with others. The ASPCA doesn't specifically work with horses, but they have a lot of horse experts. So it's a community. We see the role of the Yavapai Humane Society as to be sort of a nucleus, the center of the hub, if you will, because we're centrally located in the state. We're hoping to, we have a program with dogs and cats called New Hope, where we network with dog and cat rescues all over the Southwest. So we're wanting to do that with equines too, because there may be some horses that we're not equipped to handle, but there will be another rescue in Tucson or in Phoenix or Flagstaff who can, and vice versa. So by focusing on maximizing our limited resources that way, we're hoping that eventually we can make all of northern Arizona a safe community for horses.
And what gave you the idea?
That's a great question. I've been the executive director for about 6 years, and every once in a while I would get a phone call from the state veterinarian. Oftentimes the state veterinarian is the last resort for horses in trouble, and a lot of folks who are relinquishing their horses because they couldn't afford them or whatever. And all of the horse rescues, all the equine rescues, were full and didn't have the ability to help them. And so they would contact us because we're the Humane Society, surely you can help us with these horses, and we couldn't. So when this property came up for sale in December of 2014, I presented it to the board. We've been talking about it for for the 6 years that I've been here, and it just seemed as though the stars had aligned and this was the time to do it. And so we did. We took the plunge, we bought the property, and we've been working at it ever since. And today's the grand opening.
It's very exciting. How many horses will you be able to hold here?
We believe that the property is equipped to handle about 20 at the most. And we're wanting to we're going to take it slow and easy. It took us a year and a half just to open the door because it's so easy to get in over your head when you get into horse rescue. So we'll start with a minimum number of horses, see if we can help them, and we'll want to expand and grow into it in an organic way so that we know that we can sustain the program and do what's in the best interest of our horses.
Okay, anything you'd like to add?
Just that I'm so grateful. I live in a community that is so humane and so supportive of animal welfare issues. A lot of communities think you have to focus on children issues or elderly issues, and we're a community that recognizes that compassion is not a zero-sum game. That there's enough compassion for all of our needs, including animals. And our community demonstrates that time and time again. So, just in closing, I would want to thank our community for being so compassionate and loving for animals and for all of our social needs.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So we're here at the Yavapai Humane Society Equine Center. Today's their grand opening. Why is this important to the community, especially to your district?
Well, this, first of all, for the state of Arizona, this is the first type of facility in this state, especially in northern Arizona, where we're going to have a place where horse rescue can occur and then get proper training, proper care, proper treatment. The other thing is I'd like to point out is the Board of Supervisors took an old trailer we had and gave it to the Humane Society, and it's become their headquarters for this operation. And they've done a marvelous job of redoing it. And just think for the entire area of Chino Valley, it'll put them back on the map as not being just the marijuana capital, of Arizona, but it'll also be now, Horse Central. So we're excited about the whole project. It's terrific. We're gonna have people come in here from other countries to see exactly how this operation works. It's the first of its kind in the United States. Thanks.
Okay. My name is Dr. Steve Dow. I'm with Prescott Animal Hospital, and my volunteer role here with the Humane Society is for intake of possible adoptable horses. What this facility is, it is not a sanctuary, it is an adoption center, just like the Yavapai Humane Society small animal. We want to accept horses in here that can be adopted out. We've already got a waiting list of some horses that, older gentleman died, he's got 2 horses, they don't have any use for them. Those are the kind of horses that we'd like to see recycled into further adoption and further use. That's what people love horses. Horses have a certain magnetic spiritual power to them, and we want to keep that going. We want that spirit. So what we will do, the way that this organization is set up, is that the behavioralist and myself will go out and examine prospective adoptable horses. At that time, if we deem that horse adoptable, we will draw a blood test and check for an infectious disease called equine infectious anemia, or with a Coggins test. So we do the Coggins test, and they will bring the horse to us. We will provide the health care that that horse is needed, whether it's hoof care, whether it's dental and vaccinations, to get the horse more adoptable. And we have a special setup here that these horses can move around, and it is a much more humane than just stall-ridden horses. So that's really the idea here, is to get the public involved, get the public seeing the benefit of equine medicine and equine therapy and having a horse around.
So you feel pretty passionate about what the Humane Society is doing
Oh,
here.
absolutely, yeah. This is, I was talking to Ed, the CEO of the Humane Society, and I was surprised that the Humane Society here is in a minority that they rescue just the small animals. So Ed has had this as a vision for years, since 3 years ago, when this place came up for sale. He had envisioned this at that time. So he's got a vision for it, and we certainly want to support him.
And so when you bring the horses in, since you want them to be adoptable, then I assume that they will be at least able to be trained to be ridden, if not already saddle broken and
Well, that will
rider
be part of
friendly.
the intake exam too. We don't want a horse that's got terrible vices or vicious. If he's not gelded, then that's not acceptable either. So we want them to be adoptable, and adoptable means that they don't have any real physical anomalies, lameness, bowed tendons, may heal again. So the behavioral part of it's going to be pretty important, but as far as that's going to be up to Nina as far as that goes. We'll handle the physical end and she can do the behavioral part.
Okay, is there anything you want to add?
No, I think that I'm encouraged by the number of people that have showed up today. There wasn't a lot of publicity about the opening, but I'm glad to see that the public's involved and cares about this.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.